Rick's Smiley Morning Show. We got the one and only Jini Thornton in the building with us. We're going to be talking about taxes and finances and pollen. All they go together, Jini.
He said pollen. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I said pollen.
No pollen. Just it's April 15th, Rickey Smiley. So it's this tax filing deadline today.
Oh.
Shoot, it's the day.
Oh, because if you don't file after today, you have to do an extension.
Well, you have to file your extension today, not tomorrow. Extensions are due today. Your returns are due today, or your extensions are due today. So for everyone who's already filed, congratulations, you're done. Just wait on that refund or make them payments. But for the rest of us who haven't filed, please, you got to file your extension today. Don't even stress yourself trying to get your returns.
And what happens
today.
if you don't?
Okay, if you don't owe, if you're expecting a refund and you do not file an extension, you're actually fine.
Right.
It's actually for those of us who are going to owe. So if you owe, you need to file your extension, and you need to pay as much as you can today. If you owe $1,000, you can only afford to pay $50. Send your $50 today. Send as much as you can. So that's the key right now. Get those extensions in. Pay as much as you can. But please do not put this off. I tell you, it's worth it. You don't want to pay all that extra interest and penalties and all that. We don't have to do that.
Right. Pay the bully. Now, to people like Wesley Snipes and Fat Joe who have ended up in jail, just as a cautionary tale, what do you do to not end up in jail over your taxes?
Okay.
Or how do you end up in jail over your taxes?
So you end up going to jail for taxes. It's called tax evasion. So evasion means lying. So that means you either received income that you did not report, or you made up some expenses that didn't really happen. And so that's what tax evasion is. Tax evasion is a felony. So that's why you see people going to jail for it. And a lot of times people have gotten in trouble doing a whole bunch of other things. They can't get you for anything else, but they know they can get you for the tax thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing about the taxes. So now tax avoidance is legal. That means I'm reporting on my income, but I'm going to write off all my legitimate expenses because I'm trying to pay as little as humanly possible.
Right.
Now, you can absolutely do that, but you can't lie. Exaggerating is lying. You know, you can call it what you want, but if you paid $5,000 for travel, but you write off $10,000 or $15,000, that's an exaggeration. That's a lie. You can get in trouble for that.
Right.
Yes. So don't play with that evasion, please.
Brett, go on down there.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Let's go. We're going down there.
Oh, I'm good. My aunt has her own tax firm in Illinois, Indiana. Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, well, look.
She good.
Here's mine.
I don't never have them kind of problems.
Well, take mine down there.
Janai got you. She right here.
Right.
Yeah,
We
let's go.
good. We good.
We good.
All right, Brett. If I go to jail, Brett, you going to come get me out?
No, I ain't gonna come get you. I mean, I'm gonna tell you what you got to do while you in there. I can look out for you like that because I've been there, done that. So you know.
Okay. Don't give me I don't know why Jini started picking on Brett. All right, so if you want to talk to Jini Thornton, you can call us right now, 8669-RICKY, 8669-RICKEY, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, so Rickey Smiley Morning Show, we're talking to Jini Thornton about taxes, but real quick, I'm having an ADHD moment because we got the TVs on. We always had TVs on, sports and ESPN and the news. Rock T, real quick, when you're trying to get the ball on the green and he hit the ball in golf and he hit the ball in water, can you recover from that, or that means you disqualified? Because I ain't never hit the ball in the water.
Yeah, you can recover, man. You'll lose a shot.
Right.
They call it you lose a shot, but you just drop the ball right there where the ball went into the water, and you play from there. Or you can tee it up from where if you hit the ball in the water from the tee, you can just tee it up. Right. You still lose that shot though. But yeah.
So I ain't played in 6 months. Should I go to the driving range today, or should I just go and play 8 holes?
Going to the driving range, man, so you can work out the cobwebs. You know what I'm saying? So when you start playing, you straight. You good to go.
Pimping. We got Jini Thornton in the studio. We're talking about taxes. Today is the last day to file for an extension. Is that correct?
Today's the last day, so you need to file your return today by April 15th or get those extensions in, Form 4868.
We got the phone lines are blowing. Are we taking calls?
Yep.
All right, you on with Jini Thornton? Good morning.
My name is Khalil. I'm calling from Atlanta. As an Uber driver, if I earn less than a specified amount, Uber does not send me a 1099. Am I still required to report that income? What about the expenses related to Uber?
Okay, that's a great question. So yes, whatever income that you earn, you have to report that, regardless of how small that amount is. So report that Uber income. You're going to put that on what's called Form Schedule C, and then any expenses you have, insurance, gas, maintenance, anything for Uber, cleaning your car, yes, you can deduct all those expenses as well.
All right, you on with Jini Thornton? Good morning.
Shannon Brady, Evansville, Indiana. Why, when filing taxes, do you have to include your annual gross income from the following year? And if you do filing taxes, can you avoid putting in that information?
Okay, so Shannon, what I think you're referring to is they're trying to figure out, did you pay in, they meaning the IRS, did you pay in as much as you should have? And so what the IRS does, they figure that out. So if we're filing our 2018 tax returns, you have to pay in a certain amount of taxes based on your 2017 income. So that's why they're probably asking you for that information. So Shannon, I hope that answers your question. No way of getting around that. You do have to report that.
There it is. You on with Jini Thornton? Good morning.
Angela, Cleveland, Ohio. My son is a college student, and he took out a loan for his school as well as I took out a loan. We only received one 1098 form, and I'm wondering if we can each split some of that on our taxes, or will that be a problem?
Okay, so Angela, what's going to happen with that interest statement that you're getting from the student loan company? You're going to have to report the loan that's in your name, the interest statement that you received, that goes on your return. The one that your son received that came in his name, that one has to go on his return. You all cannot mix, match, or cross those. You know, each person has to claim their own.
Now, Jini, if you're a little person, is there a difference in your taxes from people our height?
You
You
why
gonna
are
sit
you
up
always
here and just
asking me
like,
something crazy?
How unprofessional. And we trying to have you on the show.
Oh,
and we ask you, I got this from an email. You know what, Jini? I'm not going to go through this with you
Oh,
this
my
morning.
God. You are crazy. No, you know they got the same rules as all the rest of us. You're so crazy. You are crazy. So listen, everybody, please file your extensions. Over 10 million people file an extension, so this is not unusual.
Don't be sitting up here trying to get some more information.
Listen,
on
I'm
you
trying.
on
You
the
know, I'm
line.
trying to act like you never asked me that.
Now I'm the bad person, Jini.
No, you just crazy.
Leave me alone, Brett. If y'all want to talk to Jini Thornton, you can call 866-9 Rickey. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Orange on Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, the phone lines are blowing up. Today is all right, first of all, today is Monday, right? It is 9 minutes after the hour. We got Jini Thornton in the building with us today. We are so happy to have her, always happy to have her on to talk about taxes and everything, because there's a lot of information out there and you need to know it. That's why we have her, and let everybody know what today is if they're just joining us.
It's April 15th. It is the filing tax deadline. So you want to go online, go to irs.gov. You either want to download the form 4868 or you can fill it out on the IRS's website. You can also file for free with Credit Karma. You can use any one of the softwares like TurboTax. H&R Block has great software, but you got to get the extension in. So again, please remember, if you've already filed, you're good to go. Nothing to worry about. Those of us who owe, pay as much as you can today. You can pay it with your form 4868. And then you're going to set up a payment plan for the rest of it. But again, over 10 million people, Ricky, are going to file extensions. It's not that big of a deal. One thing Beyonce and I were talking about is if you haven't filed your 2015 tax return, if you haven't filed 2015 and you know you're going to get a refund, today is your last day. You only have 3 years to claim your refund. That's it.
Wow.
So if you owe them money, they could go back as far as they want. But in order for you to get money back, today's the last day. So anyone hasn't filed 15, you got to get that return in today. There's no other extension for that. Today is the last day.
Hold on, Jini, I got a letter.
What's your letter? Oh, my God. What you
Dear
about
Rickey
to be?
Smiley, I love listening to your show every morning, and thank you for having Jini Thornton on to talk about taxes. If I file my extension today, how much hair would I get back?
You're so stupid.
Love, Keisha.
No. Boom, 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 boom.
Why are you always Always.
I do.
How much you want to get back, Ricky? How much?
How many bundles? The phone lines are blowing up. You on with Jini Thornton? Good morning.
My name's Alexis. I'm from Kentucky. I filed in Kentucky for working in Indiana. I got my state and federal back from Kentucky, but Indiana said that I filed incorrectly and that I owe them money back. What do I do?
Okay, so I'm so glad you asked this question. So if you moved or if you worked in 2 different states, the income that you earned in that one state, you have to file that on that state return. But the income that you earned in the second state that you moved to, you have to file in that state too. So you have one federal return, and then you're going to have 2 state returns. Again, the income for each state gets split between those 2 state returns. So what it sounds like to me is you're going to have to file what's called an amendment for your state return, and then refile in both states and get that stuff straight. I hope that made sense.
All right, you're on with Jini Thornton. Good morning.
Yes, sir. My name is Brett. I'm out in Louisville, Kentucky. I got 1099 on my tax return. I've already filed and everything, but I just wonder, we paid commission on our sales, and we paid taxes on those, but then got 1099 as we were our own employees. Can they do that?
Okay, so this is actually something that happens all the time. A lot of times people think that they're going to get a W-2 from someone, and then they actually get a 1099. And Ricky, you know what that means?
What?
No taxes were withheld for them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why people are like, wait a minute, I don't like this, so I got to report this extra income. So if you already filed your return and you start getting extra documents, you're going to have to file what's is called an amendment. It's called Form 1040X. So you're going to have to report that income. So a lot of times, companies, by law, companies are supposed to issue 1099s by January 31st, but sometimes they make a mistake. Sometimes it takes them longer. So you're going to have to put that income on that new return with that 1040X, and you're going to have to report that.
So now I know you do Black Tony taxes. Is he getting something back this year, or do he owe? Are you not allowed to discuss?
You know I can't put Black Tony business out there like that now.
Okay, Black Tony, I was just asking. Because you don't, I don't know what your financial situation is. Baby, you should call us. All right, you on with Jini Thornton. Good morning.
Siobhan from Chicago, and my question is, when my tax return, I added my 17-year-old income to it, and the IRS reported that they only recorded my income and not his income. But on my return, it clearly says that it's his return. I don't know if they not trying to let me claim his return. And my question is, what should I do?
Okay, so you can claim your 17-year-old as a dependent on your return, but you cannot claim your 17-year-old's income on your return. So he actually has to file his own tax return reporting his own income. So that's the reason why you're getting a letter from the IRS. So yeah, let him take his W-2s. He needs to fill out his own return, his own tax return, and then you all can kind of work out that refund if he's getting any money back.
So my oldest son, Brandon, that's a comedian or whatever. I know he make money doing comedy now.
Right.
But he's still on visitation rights with me. Could he file? You know what? Never mind. Let's go to the next question. You're on with Jini Thornton. Good morning.
Got you. My name is Kyle. I'm coming from Chicago, Illinois. Can you file separately and still claim the kids?
Okay. Kyle, this is a great question. So if you're married, you actually have 2 choices. You can file married filing joint, or you can file married filing separately. So if married couples have more than one child, it is not unusual maybe for one spouse to take one of the kids, the other spouse to take the other child. Not unusual to file separate. So if you don't want to be responsible for your what your spouse owes, you want to file separately. If you don't know what your spouse got going on and you're not feeling good about what they're reporting, you want to file separately. Okay?
The spouse might have a trap or something. That's what you're saying. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's a little cold word for that, Ricky.
Right. More of your phone calls with Jini Thornton coming up. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
What up, Rickey Smiley Morning Show time right now is 24 minutes after the top of the hour, and we got Jini Thornton in the house here to help you out with those taxes because today is the deadline.
Today is the deadline, April 15th. No, I don't know why people calling up here like they surprised. Hey, crack, today's it.
I know, like we've been kicking this rhetoric for a minute, and there's no like black extension you can get because
There is no black extension.
there's no CP tax time.
There's no CP tax time,
Not
but
a
if
thing.
you file an extension today, you get an automatic 6 months extension. Your return, you don't have to file it until October 15th. So that gives us more than enough time to get our stuff together.
Cool. Well, let's pump this information. People want to holler at you at 1-866-9 Ricky. Good morning.
My name is William from Cleveland, Ohio. My question is, I haven't filed taxes in about 8 or 9 years. What do I do?
Okay. So, William, it's funny. This actually happens all the time. So what you want to do is you want to get your transcript from the IRS. And what that does, that summarizes all of your W-2s, 1099s, and the other statements. So you can go to irs.gov and you can download your transcript or you can order your transcript. And then you want to start from the oldest year and move forward. If you can file all your returns at once to get someone to do that, that's a really good idea. But don't allow the fact that it's been so many years to keep you from filing. Just go ahead and get it done.
All right. Good morning.
My name is Aaliyah from Indianapolis, and I just want to know, what happens when you end up owing taxes? Like, I don't have dependents or nothing, but for some reason I keep owing $1,000.
Okay. So, Aaliyah, what that means is when you owe, head crack, a lot of times people don't want to hear this, but it really means if you have a job that throughout the year you haven't had enough taxes taken out of your check. And so either that or you haven't claimed all your deductions, everything else that you can write off. So you want to look at your withholding. You know how you can go to HR and just say, hey, I want to change. You fill out all those forms. You want to fill out that W-4 again. Sounds like you need to have a little bit more taken out so you can pay for a little bit all year long versus getting this one bill at the end. And you're like, I don't have the money for that.
Now, if I do a show and I ask this, okay, give me $1,000, I'll host this. I promise I'm going to take out $600 and just put it away for taxes.
And
just say
Ricky,
that I'm making $400.
I am so glad you said that. For every
Real
entrepreneur that's listening, anybody who you are out here, you do not have an employer, no one's taking any taxes out for you. Every time that you get a check, I don't care how big or how small the check is, you should be setting a certain percentage aside to pay your taxes.
Right.
That way you can spend what is really yours.
Right.
And that's
right.
why we get in trouble. You making decisions like that whole check is yours. It's not all yours.
If they paying you $1,000 to cut the football field,
right?
You really get $400.
Right.
But you take that other $600 and you put it aside, or you go ahead and just send it to the IRS.
Yep. Just set it to the side because you think about it, Ricky. It's a couple things. We got to think about the IRS, but we also got to think about the state too.
Absolutely.
So you got to set that money to the side, separate yourself from the money right when it comes in the door, then you don't have to worry about taxes later.
Yeah, because that check you get, just know, just because you got your own business,
right.
Just know. You know what I'm saying? Because you get that and you thinking that what you see is what you get, and then that's how you spend.
Right.
But you can't do that.
And you're making decisions for your life off of that gross amount, and it's not real.
Right. All right, you on with Jini Thornton. Good morning.
Okay, Jason calling from Savannah, Georgia. As a single member LLC, do I file under my TIN or my Social Security number?
Okay, so if you're a single member LLC, I would file under your tax ID number since you have one for your company, and you're going to file on Form Schedule C.
That's
All
easy.
right.
Yeah.
Wow, you on with Jini Thornton. Good morning.
I was on disability, and I got denied again at my hearing, but now they're saying that I owe payment, I guess, to the IRS because they denied me from my Social Security. So I'm trying to see what do I do about that.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly why your denial of disability is impacting your taxes, but our Social Security benefits, disability benefits, unemployment, all of that, Ricky, is taxable. Unemployment is taxable, which is crazy to me. So, yes, but I don't understand why for her that's impacting her taxes, though.
Unemployment is taxable to the employer?
The person receiving it. So
What?
if you get an unemployment check, they're going to take some taxes out your check. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, you're on with Jini Thornton. Good morning.
My name is Carol, calling from North Carolina. My question is, this is my first time having to pay taxes. I'm 61. I recently retired. My financial supervisor did not tell me I had to have taxes drawn on the money that I get out every month. So now I'm having to pay back all this money. What do I do?
Okay. So what's happening is when we finally, Lord have mercy, when those of us finally get to retire, your retirement money, when you withdraw it, that income is actually taxable to you. So yes, you do want to have taxes taken out. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to set up a payment plan with the IRS. So if you go to irs.gov, there's a form. It's form 9465. You can complete the form and mail it in, or you can apply for a payment plan online. Now, what's really, really good about the IRS, if you are current on filing all your tax returns, you can apply for a payment plan online. Ricky, it takes like 5 minutes. And if you owe less than $50,000, you're approved automatically. They can give you up to 5 years to pay it back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're very flexible. So don't go straight to irs.gov, fill out that payment plan form, and start making the payments.
There you go. Jana, thank you so much. Let everybody know if you wasn't able to get through, if you have any questions, you want to talk to Jini Thornton, how can they reach you?
Okay, so it is the filing deadline. So if anybody needs anything from me today, please reach out to me at Jini Thornton. That's JiniThornton. Would love to hear from y'all.
And fellas, don't be trying to holler. She's already taken. Don't be calling them. Hey, what all that in an email.
You're crazy.
Hey, Jini, thank you so much.
Anytime.
Yes,
Happy
sir.
April 15th.
Happy April 15th.